For today's creature feature, we come to Pittsburgh, on the east side, a town called Monroeville. The iconic filming location for Dawn of the Dead, 1978, George A. Romero's classic, the Monroeville Mall, where most of the movie was filmed, is about to be gone forever. Today is my second day at the very last Living Dead weekend inside the Monroeville Mall. The atmosphere was like anything else here yesterday. It was so amazing to see all of the original cast members of Dawn of the Dead all in one spot. If you caught that video, there was a giant photo of those cast members inside this iconic filming location that's about to be destroyed. Yep, a little recap from yesterday. Catch that video. I'll put a link in the description below. I actually might even make a playlist, a Dawn of the Dead Monroeville Mall playlist, because I've been here so many times, and I will be here once more before they destroy this iconic mall. Today's Saturday, June 13th, Living Day weekend, day 2. I'm anxious to see how many folks come out today. This is like the main day. Saturdays at conventions, specifically horror conventions, are typically the busiest and add the most fun. There are so many Dawn of the Dead filming locations and actors in the practical locations inside the Monroeville Mall today. This is like the pinnacle day of this moment, the last Living Dead weekend. I'm Tampa J. I love horror movies. I love Dawn of the Dead. I have to mention again, I've made a whole video of the filming locations then and now, matched them up several years ago inside this mall. Spent a whole weekend here. It was my very first time, and I am just so grateful to be back here for day 2. And I hope you enjoy this video. If you're a fan of Dawn of the Dead and you couldn't make it this weekend, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the ride. The dead are inside. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And the zombie Unimog sits one parking spot closer to the JCPenney. I got this at the very end in the bonus features yesterday. This thing is gruesome and awesome, isn't it? I wonder who's driving this. They're definitely here for the event, right? It'd be kind of funny if they weren't. And this is technically the main entrance of Living Dead weekend, the Dick's Sporting Goods JCPenney entrance. And here we are back in the mall, iconic filming location. Yesterday when I walked in, it hadn't opened yet, and there weren't too many people. And compared to right now, oh my gosh, look at this. At noon, the main cast panel is about to go down. And also, at some point, somewhere in the mall at the same time, Tom Savini is supposed to be on his iconic motorcycle. We got some My Bloody Valentine cosplay here. What's up, dude? That's so cool. Thank you, Axel. All right, I'm heading over to where Hall C&A is. A lot of people are gathered around the balcony. This is like night and day from yesterday. And there is a iconic photo going down right now. You've got the main cast. We've got Galen Ross, Francine, who I got a picture with and an autograph yesterday, Scott H. Reniger, Roger, and of course, Mr. Ken Forey. All right, here's Hall A. We were in here yesterday, got many autographs. This is where Tom Savini is. Check this out. I didn't realize I was kind of standing in the line. This line all the way around is just for Tom Savini. So I'm glad I got here early. This is amazing though, check this out. Say goodbye, creep. Of course, Tom Savini, one of the bikers. And hopefully he'll get on his bike soon. That's supposed to go down very soon. We found one of the dead still inside. Oh man, you're a little too close, my friend. I don't know how you're managing that breath there. It stinks. Oh man. Ah, the dead will walk the mall once again, although you're not walking. Thank you. And there's Ken Forey going down the escalator right there, getting ready for the panel. So cool. All right, let's go down to the lower level, see what's happening. And late last night, as I was in the middle of editing, I went down the hallway in my hotel to the hotel restaurant, and I ordered some food, and sitting right next to me is Leonard Lies, who is the machete zombie, who I met before and so happened to meet yesterday. So that was so cool. I got to talk to the machete zombie from Dawn of the Dead at dinner last night for a good while. All right, I noticed that the motorcycle, Tom Savini's motorcycle from Dawn of the Dead, is not where it was yesterday. And it says on the schedule, I'll put a link in the description below to the Living Dead weekend schedule along with the website. It says that at the same time the main crew is up on stage, Tom Savini will be with the Raiders on the motorcycle somewhere. All right, I found one of the Raiders motorcycles right here. It's been here, but it is pointing towards the way, the entrance that the Raiders entered the mall in Dawn of the Dead 1978. This is like the main thoroughfare, inside and outside. This is where they did a bunch of filming. All right, I'm starting to hear some commotion down here. Hope I don't miss anything. All right, this is definitely the biggest crowd I've seen this weekend at this point yet. All right, it looks like Scott Riniger is taking the stage. Roger. They're about to get going here. Check out all the people right here. Got the Romero statue right over here. Right there.
I auditioned with Galen, Scott, and David McGee, and it was a nice audition. You know, I felt good about the audition. I felt good about the chemistry we seem to have.
All right, the panel is going down currently. I'm going up to Hall B just to make sure I'm not missing out on the Tom Savini motorcycle photo op. All right, yesterday the motorcycle, Tom Savini's iconic motorcycle with the side cart, was sitting right here. Somewhere he's on it. Yeah. What's up, man? Somewhere he's on it. Where is it? All right, it all makes sense now. These people are in line for the Tom Savini motorcycle photo op. They brought it out here. It just wasn't out here the last time I was here. So this makes sense why this line is so humongous. Oh, check it out. Eugene Clark. Wow, in character. There he is right there. Land of the Dead. Romero, Pittsburgh. All right, we're gonna walk right by. All these people are in line. There's Tom Savini. That's amazing. That's so cool. He's in the sidecar too. All right, I'm walking back this way. I don't want to get in people's shots, of course. I kind of regret not doing this photo opportunity. I did do one that cost some buckaroos. I'm gonna do the bench one, spoiler alert. Who knew all those years ago Victoria's Secret would be a thing and inside the Dawn of the Dead Mall, and Tom Savini would be standing up with a sword in a sidecar of the screen used motorcycle, and you could get a picture of that. Okay, that's amazing. He has got a long way to go. A lot of people in line. Check this out. Whoa. Pretty impressive, most impressive. And indeed, at the same time, the main cast panel going down on stage. All right, took a screenshot of the schedule right here. Noon, Mall Raiders and Bikers with Motorcycle. So some of the bikers, more the actors from Dawn of the Dead, will be coming up to join Tom. And it looks like at 2 o'clock, Mall Zombies, both groups, at Mall Stonewall. And at 3, Greg Nicotero should be on stage. And then they have a non-mall Dawn of the Dead Zombies group at 4. And what I'm really looking forward to is the Flyboy Look-alike Bank, and also Ken Forey in the bank. And at 6 p.m., the famous walk down the hallway with Flyboy Look-alike in Hero Hallway. We got to check all that out today. Oh, we have a couple zombies here. Check this out. He's doing the walk. They just got a photo with Savini. Okay, this is awesome. The Dead will walk the mall one last time. This is so cool. Getting a photo. I see you got the Living Dead weekend shirt there that I did not buy yesterday.
I got a medium. I think I got one of the last ones.
Where are you guys from?
Syracuse, New York.
Okay, that's a drive. Did you drive or fly?
We drove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 5.5 hours. It was worth it.
Did you put the makeup before the drive? or after you got here?
Yesterday.
This morning.
Okay, cool.
I gotta say, leaving the Airbnb, we tried to sneak past all the neighbors because they probably call the police on us.
Yeah. Can you imagine all the zombies here back in the day going home and stuff?
I know.
That would have been cool.
Just driving was
Yeah.
awkward.
Well, what's your...
Staring at us and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like,
They do that.
I got a message from a certain friend of yours going, whoever that guy you are with, please tell him Reggie Miller sucks. Tampa J, go Knicks.
I think I know who that is. He had this like very small part in a movie. All right, it looks like the line is starting to bog down at 12:36. It's actually going pretty quick. They've got this down. I think they've done this before. Here's the bottom of the Savini motorcycle Raiders line. Say goodbye, creep. It's one of my favorite parts of the movie. I think I've quoted that the most the last 2 days. Of course, horror makeup legend Tom Savini. Every time I see him and talk to him, I'm like, I get fanboyed out and I don't know what to say. And we have some more Dawn of the Dead cosplay, the Hare Krishna zombie, which is one of my favorite moments in the entire video. She's got the tambourine and everything. That's so cool. All right, I think I messed up. I don't see any more of that print with the date on it. This print right here on the t-shirt, I showed it in yesterday's video, so go back and watch it and live vicariously through the t-shirt that I did not get. Maybe they'll replenish it. I did get this one. I got that one. All right, I found a VHS tape I need. Psycho 2. I love the artwork. Yes, I do have a horror VHS collection. Picking this up for $5. And all of the celebrities and all of the vendor halls here in the Monroeville Mall for Living Dead weekend are around the perimeter signing autographs. And check out yesterday's video to see more of the layout of the logistics of the convention. There was less people here, so it's easy to go around and show you where everything was. So I think what I'll do is I will create a Dawn of the Dead Monroeville Mall playlist if I haven't said this already. So you can subscribe to that, hit the notification bell, and get updated for all Dawn of the Dead videos I've made here right now and in the future. So check that out. I will create that right now. It should be down there in the description or in a comment below this video. All right, over here at Deals of the Dead, right next to the disco ball, they have a Roger pillow, the famous scene of Roger on the pillow, on a pillow. That's clever. Never thought of that. That would be spooky on my sofa. Oh no, I found some more horror VHS. I see some good ones in here. I see a lot of stuff I already have. Let's see if I need anything in here. We got Cart of Water coming through. Watch out. The dead are thirsty. Here is Dead Alive. Now, I remember this at the rental store on the new release wall. It's $70. It's well priced. This is a really good VHS. I don't know if I'm going to, I don't have it. I don't know if I'm going to go $70 for a tape this weekend because I've already spent a lot on Dawn of the Dead stuff. This awesome booth is Doodles of the Dead, where all the VHS is. It looks like they created the old clock tower that sat in the main atrium. You can see this at Dawn of the Dead. It's sold. Doodles of the Dead. And as you can see, the mall is open, of course. It is a Saturday. It should be the busiest day of the week for a mall. They have taken the Savini bike, probably placed it back into the main hall, and the panel for the main cast is still going down. It's a long panel. I have yet to walk into Hall C this weekend, so we're gonna change that right now. This is where Eugene Clark's table is. You can get a photograph with him in character. Over here, I just met Mr. John Russo the last time I was in Pittsburgh. He is co-writer of Dawn of the Dead. According to him in the video, I got him interviewed in that video at Steel City Con when I was here back in December in Pittsburgh. Okay, and you're doing a shoot tonight?
We're doing a shoot tonight. It's a nightmare sequence where a zombie is chasing people through the mall, but there's no zombie. It's just going to be a camera. It's Mark Tierno having a nightmare.
Okay.
Because Mark, in our film, the zombies are the good guys.
I like that.
And they're highly intelligent, Sherlock Holmes type, that have come to help the human race. And Mark, anytime Mark gets stressed, he has a nightmare that brings him back to generations ago when his kind used to eat humans.
Yeah, I like that.
So that sequence is tonight at 7. If you want in,
it's right here.
Extra,
background?
Yeah,
okay.
Extra is $150.
$150. What is there a name for the film?
Maybe.
Right there, Zombie Redemption.
And we might have a sponsorship from a beer company. I'm not sure.
I see. Maybe.
Yeah.
I like that.
Some scenes at a bar. They came into the bar. They covered up all the other beer signs.
Yeah.
Took down all the neons. Put up their neons. It's going to be great. Eugene's in that scene.
Okay, cool.
A whole bunch of us are in that scene.
All right. Well, thank you, man. I'll think about
tonight, Russo, if you want to be in, get here at 6:30.
Okay. Thanks, Mike.
And then remind me that you still have to pay.
All right. I'm not so sure yet, but thank you for the invite.
Think about it.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to meet you again, or nice to see you again.
Same here,
Thank you.
yeah.
And if you want a tour of the Living Dead Museum, was just in there yesterday, so check out that video again. I'm going to reference that. Also bought a lot of stuff in there, including a brick from the Monroeville Mall. I got myself a memento. Had to get that. This has been going on for almost an hour down here. Two of the autographs I need are Peter and Roger.
I just remember one story because of what you were saying. It's like, I don't think I ever told this story before, but when the movie first came out, it was in a Times Square theater about 47th and Broadway, and it had one of those mezzanines that you used to go up to. Yeah. So I would go like in the middle of the day sometimes and just sort of go and see what the audience was doing. And so I'm sitting up in the mezzanine and the audience was full. It was full of people. And it's sort of at the beginning of the film when the guys are like, they find out that she's pregnant and what are we going to do with her? And she's a drag. And so the audience in front of me was like, lose the bitch. Leave her. Just
Wow.
kill the bitch. Let her go. And I'm going, and I'm listening to all of that, and I'm going, wait, and she gets better. And they all turn around, and then they see me, and then they turn to the screen, and then they're back and forth. I think that was the most horrifying horror movie they ever saw.
That's amazing.
Nothing has been better than the audiences, and nothing has been better than the fans. I mean, we were the Museum of Modern Art. This was true. It was like 2 years ago when the 3D version came out, and the Museum of Modern Art had a series. The entire summer series in New York was the horror series, and they opened, which is incredible, and they opened the series with Dawn of the Dead. And the lines of people was sold out. And the curator at the museum says, we're never going to see these people maybe again in the museum, but we're going to try to get them in. But George got them in, and they came to the screening. It was just incredible.
That's so cool.
There was a special event in Los Angeles at the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, and George was invited to be the speaker on the state of horror in the film industry, and he was the speaker. That was the event. Right? So, who walks down? My point is, you never know who it might be a horror fan. Who walks down the sidewalk? I'm smoking a cigarette with George. It's George Lucas who walks down the sidewalk and walks up to George and talks to him like he's a 17-year-old fan. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
That's so cool.
George, man, this is so cool that you're here and you're doing this.
It's gone running in.
Just watching this, I was going,
Roger tells the story.
It's like you just don't know. Then the other thing I wanted to tell you is my grandmother wanted to see the movie. I told her, no, you cannot come to this movie. She insisted. She was really tough. And so she came to this screening we had in the Upper West Side. And she sat next to me when they blew the guy's head off. She grabbed my arm and said, I'm leaving you. I said, good. I put her in a cab, and off she went, right? I said, I warned you. But she was proud of me, and I said, well, you're going to hate it, so I won't.
That's awesome. Scott Moon again. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, look at that. Kid Forey, the Hoosier. All right, Richard Franz is coming up, the Telecaster, the commentator in the movie at the beginning. He's going to be speaking at the panel next. A little update from yesterday. People have started to place stuff here. This was here yesterday. The buttons are new. Also, you got like a creepy hand inside that. That's new. It looks like Michael Tomazzo, who played the mailbox zombie. I have that same $22 bill. He gave me that in Fort Myers. He was in Days of the Dead. All this stuff was here yesterday in Monroeville Mall, Penn. Anxious to see what it looks like tomorrow. Anxious to hear where they're going to place this once the mall is gone. I hope it goes to a good home. It belongs in a museum. And back in Hall B, I want to point out again, this was a party city. And there is an awesome party here. The motorcycle is back to its spot, and the lines have grown for the 3 main cast members. Yesterday they were waiting 2 to 3 hours. Today it might be a little longer. I still need Ken Forey's autograph and also Scott's. They are not yet back to their table, so this won't be the moment I do that. All right, so I picked up my photo opportunity ticket for the bench. What you saw when I walked in, I've got my ticket right here. Also, I got 2 of these protectors for my autograph. All right, came out to my car to cool off for a moment, take a little break. It looks like up next at 2 o'clock, we've got the Mall Zombies, both groups, in front of the Mall Stone Wall. We got to find that. Also, I'm going to grab my pamphlet that I'm getting autographs on so I can get more autographs on it. Here, it looks like we got something going down here. It might be like a short film or a salute to Dawn of the Dead. Before I go in, I just got to say this. I can't believe this mall is going to be gone. I'm having a good time, but that's in the back of the mind. And we've got the nurse zombie coming down the escalator right now. That's so cool. Also, Michael Tomazzo right behind him. Whoa. That's so cool. I met Sharon yesterday. You look great. Awesome. Yeah.
Well, so Dr. Watts, what was the development of that character? Like, was it written that way? Did you have some input?
Yes. Watts, the character in Crazies, is the character as written.
It's also in the Crazies.
Okay, I had nothing to do with. I wouldn't have dared. I always sort of shudder when people say I loved your character in Crazies because I felt like I was playing Jay Worthington Ham, and I really, it was too big a role for me, if truth be told. I shouldn't have had that role. It should have been a shorter role, because I was jumping in first. And it was George's idea, it wasn't mine. And I think it shows.
All right, now I think I know which rock wall it is. It's the rock wall outside. All right, here we are, back at the iconic entrance. This is the rock wall. That makes sense now. They're gonna do a photo op in here.
Hold on.
Yeah!
He always said if I ever see him, I'm gonna say, "What's on?"
Oh, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, man.
Thanks for watching.
Take care, man.
Yeah. All right, just met this awesome family from East Pennsylvania. They were telling me they're going to have a good time in a couple weeks because they're going to be visiting my area, East Tennessee. I gave them all kinds of recommendations, but they said they already had a list because they've been watching. Thanks for watching, guys. It means a lot to meet subscribers in person. It's like my favorite thing, so thank you. All right, the nurse zombie is actually in the appropriate spot. That's so cool. And there she is right there, Sharon. Also Leonard, who I kind of had dinner with last night. The machete zombie coming out here. This is so cool. A lot of these zombies are right there before us. They're gonna get a photo. This is a paid photo in front of the rock wall with the OG zombies. And you can really see the age of the mall right here. There was glass removed, or a sliding glass door at the time. This is how the motorcycle gang, the Raiders, got into the building right here. Looks like they're gathering before the iconic rock wall. Now I got a brick yesterday. It'd be cool to get one of these rocks as well. Checking out this ashtray here. This has probably been here since the birth of Monroeville Mall. I bet you a lot of these zombies over here, maybe the ones that smoked in the 70s, discarded a cigarette once right here in this ashtray. Can I have this ashtray? Some shade right there.
We need to put Bonnie in the front.
Oh, this is so cool. All the zombies from Dawn of the Dead in front of the rock wall.
We ready for them? Yeah, I already told them to bring the line.
They're going to come out of here. All the people who paid for the photo op are going to come out.
All right, good.
Thank you.
All right, that's the way to do it right there. All of the zombies, man. The last time in front of the rock wall. And the photographer got a photo too. That's so good. All right, we're done. It's getting a little toasty out here. It's a warm day in Pennsylvania. Everyone's heading back in. Just studying the mall, taking it all in. As I was doing yesterday, here's another one of the hallways. This is not the main hallway. We showed that one yesterday from Dawn of the Dead. But this is where the tour will start. When I take it, it will start right here in this area. And perhaps my brick I got yesterday came from right here. Holy cow. Could probably get you a piece right now. Don't do it. I bought mine. It was 75 bucks. They had them in the Living Dead Museum. You do have time to come see this. They are speculated to end this mall sometime next year, so you've got a little bit of time. A few of the zombies going up the escalator right there. All right, the iconic hallway. Later, we'll see the Flyboys going down and recreating that scene, but here you go. I pulled it up on my phone. This is near the end of the movie. You see Roger's in the cart already. He's gotten bit. And I showed this in my filming locations video, but you can still match up the pattern of the marble here on the entryway. Check it out. Above Ken Voorhees, above Peter, you can specifically see this pattern the best. Then and now, check it out. Look at the marble. Right in there. I don't know if you can see that, if it's transpiring or not, but it's the same pattern right there. Specifically like right in here. Ken Voorhees pretty tall. So cool. All of them are in the mall right now, except for Flyboy. Rest in peace. All right, so right here, use your imagination. Where these columns are, where this line, this solid line right here, this was the front of Penny's. I've actually pulled it up on my phone from the movie. This was right here. And this is where the elevator was, where I showed yesterday, the famous Flyboy elevator, which is still in the mall. Once they took this Penny's down and created the Cinemark, and the Living Dead Museum came in to play, they brought the elevator, the Penny's elevator from Dawn of the Dead back to the mall. So you can see that in yesterday's video as well. But yeah, there you go. Then and now, recreating some of the moments. Oh, the nurse zombie was here too. Look at that. There she is. Sharon was right over here. And tonight, in the Cinemark Theater, they are screening Dawn of the Dead, and the cast members are said to be there. Now, I just found out about that. I don't know how the tickets work, so I'm gonna walk over to the Cinemark and see if I can buy a ticket right there for that screening, because I didn't see it online. Walking through the former J.C. Penney's, or Penny's Anchor. It moved to the other side of the mall, of course, but this was it. These columns are the original columns through the mall, though. These have not changed, so technically the elevator would have been somewhere over here. And the escalators that Roger and Peter go up and down and slide down, they would have been right here in the center somewhere. Here's one of the original skylights. Movies belong in a theater, and filming locations belong in a museum, or at least a dome over the mall to keep this one alive. Let's see if it's a special screening. It might not be on here. Okay. Yesterday was the 45th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark, so of course they're playing that today. But I don't see Dawn of the Dead, so it must be a special ticket. I didn't know about that. Just found out. So I want to say this is the last time I will be here, but it's not. I will have to come back one more time before they demolish this. This is just the last time the Living Dead weekend will be experienced. My first and last. I'm going to use the restroom at the far end of the hallway, so naturally I'm walking through it, recording it for posterity. One of the ceiling tiles was removed when they had the rope ladder. They were coming in and out of the ceiling right here. And if I haven't said this already, check out livingdeadweekend.com to see all the celebrities from Dawn of the Dead that were here this weekend, to check out all the events, to check out all the schedule. That way you can follow along vicariously. I mean, there's probably 30 Dawn of the Dead actors here. Could be 30 plus. And here's one of the mall tours going down right now, filming location tours. Larry of the Dead, the host. And I will be taking this tour sometime before the weekend ends. So if it's your first time here, if you haven't subscribed or hit that notification bell, do so. Because I'm not so sure if it's going to be today. All right, I found the Dawn of the Dead Saturday screening with cast intro. Looks like it's at 10 p.m. tonight, June 13th. I just realized it's my grandpa's birthday. Rest in heaven, Grandpa. Happy birthday. Sold out. $24.60 right there. So sold out. Can't do that today. This is the first time this weekend I thought to look down and record the floor. Original floor, of course. And I spotted something, this mural I haven't seen the last couple days. There's the tower again that used to sit in the atrium. Just to the left, right here. Melissa Dunlap was one of the airport zombie kids. That's a frightening scene. I've been out there before. It's not too far from here. It's right around the corner. But those are the kids that's going after Peter, Ken Forhey. She's here. She's not here right now, but you can get her autograph. Looks like she's charging $20 for the autograph. I like these right here. This is, oh, here's the scene right here. It's so scary. I don't know how he didn't get bit there, keeping the children down. And I'm gonna get Richard France's autograph. All right. Thanks, Richard.
My pleasure.
And he signed it, of course, dummies, 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 his line. Right there, right next to Ken Forhey. Thanks, Richard. It was cool to chat with him. All right, another magic moment here. I just got upgraded to VIP at this convention thanks to a subscriber. She's awesome. She just came up and handed me this and said, "You are now VIP." So thank you, Courtney. That's amazing. Everyone thank Courtney. All right, so there's a lot of rumors flying. There is nowhere online that says the opposite, that this is the last Living Dead weekend in the Monroeville Mall. That's what it currently is. Now, there is another Living Dead weekend coming up in October, but it has not been announced that it's going to be in this mall, and the rumor is that it won't be. But there are rumors saying that there could be another one here, but according to everything that was talked about, this is the last time. And if you don't know, you go and you experience the last time. But that is refreshing to hear. I hope the rumor is true. And if it is, thank goodness. I hope they don't even demolish this mall. I hope Walmart has a change of heart and at least they keep it and perhaps just remodel it a little bit. But let's just hope. I'm putting a prayer out there. Come on. We need all the energy in the world right now. If you're watching this video, give it a thumbs up if you want to keep the mall. Let that number show how much we love this mall, how much we love this movie. and how much we want this mall to stay. Give it a thumbs up, and thank you for doing that. All right, I'm in line to get an autograph from Jim Baffico. Check it out. You might recognize him from the beginning of Dawn of the Dead. One of the most aggressive cops, and then his wife was also in the movie, and she's here too, right next to him, Joey Baffico. And Jim's not on the poster. Joey is. She's right there. She's in Dawn of the Dead. I'm gonna have her sign. I'm gonna get the couple to sign this poster. Is it okay that I record you signing that?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Joey.
So just my name and my zombie name.
Sure, that would be great. Yeah, whatever you want to do. This is one of my favorite scenes right here too, in the car.
That's a good scene. Everybody likes that scene.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, outside here,
It's 50
before the entrance, there's the iconic rock wall behind the trucks.
I'll do best to you, Jay. It is my name, and it's Squeeze Zombie because.
Oh, I love that.
That's it.
Anywhere, maybe in here or in there,
Okay,
would be
right
cool. Yeah.
How's that?
All right, that looks great. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's a pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Pleasure's ours. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. And I've got Jim, and I've got his wife Joey right there. That's so cool. Jim was also in Silver Bullet. I forgot about that. Wooly from Dawn of the Dead. The SWAT cop, the rogue SWAT cop. That's what we're going to call him. All right, so Tony Bubba right here, the sombrero guy that put his arm inside of the blood pressure cuff. Yesterday he told us right here that it was Romero's idea for him to do that. He is not here right now, but I just have to point this out. This is hilarious. He's testing, remain still. A little nod to that moment we just mentioned. Hopefully he returns, and I'll get another autograph right here because I have an 8x10 I got yesterday, but I want him to sign my flyer, the weekend flyer. All right, here's the line now for the bank photo opportunity and the red carpet wall. Check it out. They're setting it up back there. All right, now we know whose truck is out front. The mystery is solved. I've seen it the last 2 days. Pittsburgh Steelman. The Unimog. I want to know more. This looks cool. Pittsburgh's official superhero. Whoa. I guess he's around here somewhere. That's cool. Monroeville Mall's last stand. Just Steel. Steelman.com. Okay. I'm over here at Vinegar Syndrome, checking out some pretty gnarly DVDs, Blu-rays. And I guess Vinegar Syndrome just opened a store in downtown Pittsburgh. I was eyeing this copy of Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray. I don't think I have that on Blu-ray. It's going for 32 bucks. Also, I always reference this movie, Thunder Road Explorers. That's a cool box set there for 40 bucks. Vinegar Syndrome. But I think these are Criterion right here. Criterion, then also they have some Arrow Video. You can get some pretty good discounts at horror conventions like this one on horror movies. What's a horror convention without horror movies? And there's Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead remake. And new location 11 miles from here on East Carson Street in Pittsburgh, Vinegar Syndrome. I was warned to be prepared to spend a lot of money. So I don't know if I'll make it there this trip, but that is a thing now. All right, everyone's in line for the Fran Red Velvet photo op. And there she is right there. That's really cool. All right, so at 4:23 here on this Saturday, second day of Living Dead weekend, the lines for Scott and Ken, Roger and Peter are still out the door. And those are, I think, the last two signatures I need here. So, I'll just tell you right now, I'll get those tomorrow. There's a panel in progress. Check out the crowd here. Going back down the escalators. I'm gonna mind these escalators. Normally I don't mind the escalators. If you know, you know. Thank you, Rescue 911. We got Greg Nicotero and Tom Savini on stage.
So we met at Carnegie Mellon.
Also, Tasso, who worked on Friday the 13th up there with Greg Nicotero and Tom. This is so cool.
Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Ontario Film Review Board cut Day of the Dead. Every drop of blood was removed from Day of the Dead on video in Canada. And existed that way till the day the DVD came out. So, how do you paradigm that to the fact that now, I think a lot of the things you show on Walking Dead far exceed the gore that we had back in Dawn of the Dead, at the very least. What do you attribute that shift in society that it became acceptable?
People were uptight. They felt that it was important to protect you from something that they felt was harmful. They didn't even give you a chance in Canada to decide for yourself if watching Day of the Dead unedited was harmful to you or not. And I have a writer friend of mine that used to say, oh, well, if horror movies are so hurtful and detrimental to society, then wouldn't the opposite be true, that uplifting movies would do the opposite effect? And if that's the case, they should just play a bunch of Disney movies in prisons and rehabilitate everybody. It doesn't fucking work that way. It doesn't work that way. And I think what has happened over the last several decades is, the policing of what you're allowed to see and not allowed to see has certainly relaxed, because you can find anything on the internet now. But the truth of the matter is, you have to count on the people watching it to understand that this is not real. It is fantasy, and it is being created solely to entertain you, to take you on a journey, to show you something that you would never see in your daily life.
That's what I'm talking about when I say George was suffering. He was pushing the envelope. He forced it out there, and he said, this is good stuff, you're going to like it. And a lot of the people who were in charge did not like it, and they fought him, and they said, you can't do this, you can't see the blood. He was way ahead of his time. Like the people in the civil rights era, they were going, I'm going to do this. I don't care what you say, because I know this is right. This is okay. And so I can say that about the civil rights because George always had a black guy as a hero, way before anybody else did, and a woman as a hero, way before other people did, because he saw that, and he said, this is how real life is. People are just people, a hero, a villain, everybody, all of us have that. And he pushed that, and they didn't know what to do with it, and so they were confused and scared of him and his movies. And that's why it took so long. Now it's okay. Now that they realize that it's making money, now it's okay.
Thank you.
All right, we got Roger and the cart right here in front of JCPenney. Not the JCPenney from the movie, but the new one. That's a cool photo opportunity. In the cart, that's so cool. All these people are waiting in line for this photo opportunity. All right, so this is gonna be Richard France recreating, this will be a photo opportunity. Of course, it's all coming together now. Richard France, photo opportunity of the newsroom that you can purchase here. All right, I'm making my way down to the Flyboy hallway. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. I can't believe this is all going to be gone. So, I remember showing this before. Huge Steelers fan. Grew up coming to the Three Rivers games with my dad when I was a kid. Would come all the way down 70 for the weekend just for the Steelers games. We've got number 36 here, way before Jerome Bettis, of course, Monroeville Mall. That's so cool. Here we go. The Hare Krishna zombie. So here's the exact moment. They're recreating it in the hallway right now, and that is the real Krishna zombie, Mike Christopher. I had the pleasure of meeting Mike at, I think it was the very first Spookalla, now Scary Nice. So I got a picture with him in Ocala, Florida. It's so cool to see him here in costume in the Dawn of the Dead hallway. And of course, Flyboy will be next. That was so much fun. All right, it was so cool to see Krishna right where the scene went down. There's a little delay. It is 7:45. Check this out. It is 7:45, and we're waiting for Flyboy to come down for that photo op. So far, it looks like there's more people in line. There was more people in line for Krishna, but Flyboy is doing another appearance down at the main part of the mall. Down at the main part of the Living Dead weekend. The days are numbered here, and I just can't get it out of my mind. I'm having a fun time though. Just like yesterday, I have met a ton of amazing people, fans of the movie, subscribers of the channel, friends. I just want to thank everyone who I met this weekend for making my first Living Dead weekend experience one of the best experiences of my life. It was so cool to share these moments with you guys, and it's still not over. All right, here he comes. There's Flyboy right there, entering the hallway. Oh, that's so good.
Sorry, guys. That's all right. Oh, wait, I still saw a lady. Okay, ready? Okay, one more. Thank you. Ready?
All set, folks.
Thank you.
It's cool, they have to hold it off the traffic here. Alright, this is a really good one.
Ready? Thank you.
I like that one.
All right.
That's the way to go right there. Yeah, right there, Flyboy. Oh, that's so good. Oh! Dude, I got kind of freaked out there for a second. Yeah, that was good. All right, that was worth the wait. I kind of regret not getting that photo op, but we got to see it vicariously right there. And I got a photo op coming up. And the 3-hour Dawn of the Dead Mall tour is still going. Yes, it's a 3-hour tour. One of the main reasons why I say it, there's Larry coming down the escalator.
So, Marge, my wife here.
Flyboy's gonna go down the escalator. Oh, that's so cool. Right into the tour.
Let's all walk this way. Oh, we got a zombie!
Yeah!
There's Flyboy! He's returned!
That's so good. Last tour of the Saturday. I'm following Flyboy. He's a popular guy right here. Following up the escalator. Like the escalator zombie same spot. Man, that was so much fun. After 7 o'clock, we are shut down for day 2 of Days of the Dead, Monroeville Mall. That was just exciting as the first day and more. Each day here has been unique so far. All right, the tour has made it right here at the end of the mall where we walked in. 7:17, 3-hour tour. Original filming location, Dawn of the Dead. I'm taking it tomorrow. Living Dead weekend for Saturday, day 2 is over. There is the screening at 10 o'clock and the VIP party at 8:30. What I'm going to do now is go back to my hotel, which is right around the corner, freshen up, get something to eat, and then I'll come back and hang out a little bit in the Monroeville Mall with some of the zombies are said to be there. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video of the Living Dead weekend of the Dawn of the Dead crew at the Monroeville Mall, day 2, 2026. I feel so lucky to be here. If you're a Dawn of the Dead fan, if you're a horror fan, I hope you enjoyed it vicariously. Thank you for coming along with me. And tomorrow is day 3. This might be the first time I've ever made 3 videos at one convention. Maybe Dragon Con years ago, but I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Know that you're awesome, know that you're loved, and no matter who you are, and no matter what you're going through. Hello! Someone said hello. No matter what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. But not for the Monroeville Mall. See you for day 3 at the last Dawn of the Dead convention inside of the Monroeville Mall. We will take the filming locations tour tomorrow. Thanks for sticking to the end. Bye-bye, guys.